You cannot become a UX designer in 3 months. It takes at least 3 years. Hey everyone, I'm Aliana, and today I just want to share with you guys things I really wish I knew when I started my UX design career. When I was about to graduate from my CS degree, I decided to transition from CS to UX. I gave myself a 3-month deadline to break into big tech as a UX designer. I did not break into tech in 3 months. I was doing everything I can, but I still feel like, why am I not seeing results? So I really wish someone told me that the 3-month timeline you give yourself is very irrational. If I knew it back then, I would have lived my life differently. Second, I wish someone told me that don't try to do it all by yourself. I was a really good student when I was at school, so for me, learning Figma is not that hard, and I felt like I don't have to invest on an extra bootcamp. To be honest, there's also another part of me that's like, if I can do this by myself, then I'm cooler. I wish someone told me that nobody will ever care about how you get somewhere by yourself. I learned my lesson the hard way, but now I know if you want to go somewhere, find 2 accountability partners. The easy hack is to just find 2 people who have the same goal as you do, and then set up weekly co-working calls. In this way, you can directly ask for feedback. Now, as a designer, when we work on the project for a very long time, we became emotionally attached to our design. So it will actually become harder and harder for us to ask for feedback. If you have this weekly co-working session, you'll be asking it every week, so you don't have to work on something for a month and realize that you are on a complete wrong track. And since you are also helping each other, you are also going to learn by teaching them. And just by teaching, you can actually learn way more and enhance your knowledge foundations. Third, make your design functional first and then make it pretty, not the other way around. So we designers are very obsessed with visual, but it is a trap if you think visual first. Because designers, we work for businesses, and these products need to function before they need to look pretty. I had a lot of web design projects when I was starting off, and whenever I tried to make it pretty first, the website won't work. And what does it mean to make it functional? How do we make it functional? This leads to my 4th point. Design for the happy path first. I saved 80% of my time and effort just by using this small trick. The happy path is the path that you want your target audience to take. It doesn't have any what-if scenario. The user come in, click to A, B, C, D, E, and then get the results. That is the happy path. If you don't think about the happy path first, you will be designing a huge decision tree. I see a lot of people when they design a website, the first thing they do is design a site map. I don't suggest you to do that. Because if you think about site map, you are already assuming that things cannot be done on the homepage. If you're designing for a new product like a landing page, all necessary information should be available on the homepage, and then the buy button should be on the homepage. It shouldn't be like a university website. Design for happy path first, and once you nail down the user flow for your happy path, everything else will come so natural and so easy to you. This also applies to life, by the way. Think about that. And this leads to the 5th point. If you're unemployed, work as if you're running an agency. I really wish someone told me this, because when I was unemployed, I was honestly spending so much effort building my personal brand, trying to work with clients, whether it's paid or unpaid, and learning so many things all at once. I was doing the best that I could, but still, I give myself this unemployment label. I felt like this unemployment is my biggest problem. I have to solve that first before I solve the rest of my problems, like my repetitive stress syndrome, like me not traveling, not having fun, not working out. If I could do it all over again, I would have set up my agency when I was unemployed. I would feel more legit about what I'm doing because what I was doing was legit. Also, other companies will see me as someone that's trying to start her own business. I can learn more about business. I can also charge more from my clients. This is also very connected to the 6th point. Get rid of the open to work badge on your LinkedIn profile. I thought that recruiters would be more drawn to people who have this badge so that they know that they can hire them. That is unfortunately not true. I realized that as soon as I put down that open to work badge, it's like giving myself an on sale label. Good products doesn't need to be on sale. It gives up a very desperate energy. Desperate energy is never attractive. Not in career, also not in dating. That I don't have to worry about. And the 7th point is don't compete on price. I have a business degree. I have a business and computer science degree. So I learned them both. Read all this case study about pricing your product, the 4 Ps. I never priced a product myself. Especially, I never knew how to price my design service. I would say to companies that I can work for free for you. I would say I can lower my price further to work with you. Now I understand that this is the most unattractive things to do, because now as a business owner, whenever someone say that, the first thing that came to my mind is not that I can save cost. The first thing that came to my mind is that then maybe it's because your service is not good enough that you are lowering your price. I don't mind paying more because I really need my investment to pay off. So instead of competing on price, I would have tried to say that the quality of my work would be good enough for you. I can help you to make more money by redesigning your company website to increase the conversion rate. And another very interesting about price is that as soon as you became oversubscribed, you don't have to worry about pricing because now it became your buyer's job to pitch higher to compete with their competing buyer. To learn more about this, you shall read this book, Oversubscribed. This book helped me so much to learn about business and pricing. It sounds really difficult, but it is achievable through networking and personal branding using your unfair advantage. And number 8, this one is a little bit rough. I wish someone told me that intern and junior positions are gone. Not just in design, almost everywhere. And hence, you will have to become a senior designer by yourself. I know intern, junior, senior, lead, this sounds like a career ladder. But what happens in the market is that the bottom part of this ladder is being chopped off. I have friends working in all sorts of big tech companies. I used to work for eBay, and I can tell that there are very, very little position opening for intern roles. And for those intern roles, they only hire the top university students. If you're not in university or master program, chances are so low. So what happens when there's a ladder and then the bottom part is being chopped off? You either build yourself a bottom part or you jump by finding clients on your own through networking, personal branding, and leveraging your unfair advantage, doing multiple client works, or starting your design agency, and then directly pitching yourself as a senior product designer. This takes a long time, and there's a lot of things you need to learn along this journey. And it is not things that you can learn from online free tutorials. I teach a lot of what you need to learn in my course Fast Track UX. You can check out later. And here comes number 9. Junior designers have the longest portfolios, senior designers pitch. When I was trying to build my portfolio to apply for Google, I was trying to follow the Google UX Design Certificate template to make it showcase every single step that I did. And all my projects looked the same because I was following the same procedure. Now I understand that there's no way that 2 case studies will follow the same process. It was personal project and I was followed the right way, and that's why it looks like a template and it looks like an essay. But the more I look into this field, the more I realize that senior designers, design leads, their portfolios are so short and concise. And I think there's a reason to this, because good designers understand how to pitch. If you are good enough, you don't have to over-justify every single step that you've done. And especially you need to learn how to pitch to business stakeholders, because you work for business stakeholders. And of course, I have a tutorial on that. Here you go. It's free. You can watch this. And if you feel like this tutorial is too hard to understand for you, then it means that you are skipping a lot of steps. Do your work to fill in those steps. If you try to skip steps, it's not going to fast track your career. You'll end up being slower. And number 10, real money is in B2B businesses and products. When I was learning design, I was only using B2C product. B2C stands for business to consumer. B2B stands for business to business. B2C products are apps and websites that everyone can use. B2B products are products that businesses use to make more money. These are like Shopify, Google Ads, bookkeeping softwares. These products may look more boring, there's a lot of dashboards, so complex, but these are very profitable products. And most UX design career opportunities lie in B2B products, not B2C products. So if you have access to any B2B products, then you shall work on a project around that to get a sense of how it feels. I teach a lot of case study on B2B products in my course that you cannot get access to unless you are a business owner. And that leads to number 11. Constraints make a project interesting. Before I took Google UX certificates, I already have many client projects. I work for Stanford University. I work for a startup in Tokyo. I started many startups and failed. I also work as a product designer for Silicon Valley Innovation Consulting Agency. These are all great projects, but for some reason, I felt like I wasn't following the right procedure because I didn't go through a legit educational design program. I studied design thinking from Stanford University, Stanford D School, but that is not UX design. So I thought maybe I was doing it wrong, so I need to do a more personal project to make it look perfect. It turned out, no. Companies like seeing projects that are real and that have constraints. So the most common constraints that I faced were not having usability testing resources. Most projects I work on, I can only get internal feedback from company owners, but I cannot ask other people for feedback. And I felt like that made the project less legit, and I just covered it with better looking personal project, and that didn't work. Even in big tech companies, you will still have so many constraints and you still need to work with that. So instead of trying to cover your constraint and make it look perfect, show how you work within the constraint and still get the problem solved. Constraints make a project interesting. I will share 2 more with you in this video, but I need to ask you a favor. Please leave a comment regarding which point that I said really resonate with you and share your story. Number 12 is that your design doesn't equal to you. I'm pretty perfectionist. I really like my work to be perfect. And whenever someone says my design is not good enough, I felt like I was being judged. Now I understand that my work doesn't equal me. Understanding this will make me feel much easier to ask for feedback. Your design is not you, your resume is not you, your portfolio is not you. If you get a job rejection letter, it doesn't reject you. That's very important to know. You are good enough to learn and grow and provide value to others, regardless what is your current design resume portfolio, application status. And this concept needs to be strong in here. And number 13, a great landing page cannot sell a bad product. Think about it. This is just a very specific way of saying that as a designer, we cannot control everything. You can be the best web designer in the world, but if the product the company is selling is bad, regardless how pretty you make the website, this product will still not sell. If your design is great, but your front-end engineer cannot code what you designed, people will think your design sucks. And of course, if you spend all this time designing a great feature or great product, and then the owner decides to not launch it, there is nothing you can do. It is out of your control. It is not your fault. And hence, we need to really understand what is within our control and then do our best of the things within our control and not focus on the things that's outside our control. A very hard lesson I learned at my time at eBay is that design always comes after business strategies. If the leadership hasn't decided on a business strategy, I would have way too many options. I wouldn't know which path to design for. So it is always better for me to just wait for them to decide on a business strategy, and then I'll understand, okay, then this is my target audience and this is the happy path. With that being said, if there's any specific thing you find helpful, please leave a comment and tell us your story, because your story can help others a lot. If this video gets over 100 comments, I'm going to make a part 2 of this video, and I have better things to share. If you want to learn more from me, I am also sharing some exclusive resources in my email list, Trillian's Cafe. And this doesn't just apply to design, it also includes some life lessons, career wisdom. It's free and the link is in the description. If you want to learn design systematically and in specific, if you want to become a product designer in big tech companies and earn between 100K to 400K USD per year, check out my course Fast Track UX. But this course is not really for a web designer. So if you want to design for things like B2B products, check out this course. If you like this video, you may also like this video. And I'm gonna end today's video by this clip of me driving a jet ski on Ontario Lake with my best friend and then run out of fuel in the middle of Ontario Lake.
没问题。Oh, let's go. Low fuel.